Hey folks, today we're playing Timekeepers to Kojima's Metal Gear Solid series. We're clocking in from blink and you'll miss it short to honestly I started this game in my early 20s and now I'm eligible for retirement long. Grab your rations and codec frequencies because it's time to sneak through the timescape of Metal Gear Solid. Starting us off is Metal Gear Solid. Ground Zero's our baby of the bunch, clocking in at just 2 hours. That's right, 2 hours. You could watch Titanic and it'd still be sinking by the time you're done with this game. But let's not get it twisted. Despite being as short as a nap, Ground Zeroes isn't just a prologue to the Phantom Pain, it's a fully fledged game in its own right. Set in 1975, it's got the cinematic storytelling, the unforgettable characters, and the gritty Kojima drama that fans know and love. Sure, you could finish the main mission in just an evening, but that's not the Kojima way, is it? There's a wealth of side ops to tackle, hidden audio tapes to find, and high scores to chase. And hey, this is Kojima we're talking about. The man could make a tutorial feel like an existential crisis. Next in line, Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. This bad boy clocks in around 12 hours, making it about as portable as Snake trying to fit a cardboard box into a suitcase. Now, Portable Ops, it's sort of like that middle child who took up magic tricks while their siblings were the star athletes. Not as immediately impressive, but there's depth there if you take the time to appreciate it. In a world first for the series, the game lets you amass your own private army by sneakily tranking enemies and dragging them to your truck. Talk about recruitment tactics. Join us or wake up with a terrible headache. The game throws in a layer of strategy, tasking you with managing this ragtag team of involuntary volunteers. But hey, we're not here for a deep dive into strategy. We're checking out if these games are sprints or marathons. And at 12 hours, Portable Ops is a brisk jog that will leave you panting and wanting more. Then there's Metal Gear Solid, the original, the classic, the legend. At roughly 15 hours, it's like a perfectly prepared meal. It satisfies without leaving you feeling overstuffed. This is where we first strapped into the boots of the one and only Solid Snake, prowling through corridors and making the most out of cardboard boxes. The boss lineup reads like an all-star roster. Psycho Mantis, Sniper Wolf, Liquid Snake. They're more unforgettable than the characters in an Oscar-winning film. The plot twists in this game were so sharp, they could cut diamond. M. Night Shyamalan could learn a thing or two from Kojima. But at its heart, Metal Gear Solid was a game of patience, a ballet of tactical stealth that tested your mettle at every turn. Clocking in at 15 hours, it was the perfect introduction to the series. A concise thrill ride that didn't outstay its welcome or leave you feeling shortchanged. It's the middle child of the franchise, comfortably sandwiched between its shorter and lengthier siblings. And that's Metal Gear Solid, folks. 15 hours of pure, adrenaline-pumping espionage action. Now, buckle up for Metal Gear Solid 2. Sons of Liberty coming in hot at a spicy 16 hours. This game is like a mystery meat sandwich from a sketchy gas station. You're not exactly sure what you're getting into, but you're down for the ride. We all remember MGS2, the one where we trade our scruffy, gravelly-voiced Snake for Raiden, a blonde, pretty boy fresh out of spy school. It's like swapping your worn-in combat boots for a pair of shiny new ballet slippers. Unexpected, but hey, we're all about flexibility here. MGS2 is like the Metal Gear universe decided to take a swan dive off the deep end. We've got clones, massive offshore facilities, and an AI that's a few circuits short of a motherboard. It's like if Michael Bay decided to direct a Shakespeare play. Lots of sound, fury, and confusion. And let's not forget, it's a solid 16 hours, making it the Goldilocks zone of gameplay length. Not too short, not too long, just right for a good weekend binge. So remember, Sons of Liberty. It's the roller coaster ride where you can't find the seatbelts. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, oh boy, where do I even begin? This 20-hour deep dive into the jungles of the Cold War is like eating a giant burrito. It's messy, it's filling, and it's absolutely amazing. This game introduced us to Naked Snake, or Big Boss if you prefer titles. We've gone from near-future espionage with Raiden's flowing locks to tromping through the jungle in the 1960s. It's like if James Bond traded in his Aston Martin for a dirt bike and went off-roading. Sounds crazy, but turns out it's quite the trip. You've got to manage your own stamina, camouflage, and even wounds, making this a true survival experience. Not to mention the boss battles are absolutely wild. One moment you're having a showdown with a gunslinger straight out of a spaghetti western. The next, you're playing hide-and-seek with a 100-year-old sniper. MGS3 doesn't just ask you to sneak around. It asks you to become one with the jungle, which I guess is cool if you're into that Tarzan lifestyle. So there you have it, Snake Eater. It's not just a game, it's a 20-hour ticket to the jungle. So pack your bug spray. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker clocking in at a solid 27 hours, and let me tell you, it's not your typical hide-and-go-seek Metal Gear style. Big Boss, you know him. Legendary soldier, professional sneaky man, makes James Bond look like a dude playing paintball. In Peace Walker, he wears a different hat. Well, not literally. He's the manager of his own private military company. If you thought juggling tactical takedowns was tough, try handling payroll for a bunch of gun-toting mercenaries. Remember Tamagotchis? Cute digital pets you had to feed and take care of? Yeah, imagine that, but replace the adorable creatures with a full-scale army. Here's a pro tip, don't forget to feed the soldiers. And just when you thought the Metal Gear universe couldn't get any wilder, Peace Walker throws in a curveball: vehicle battles. Yeah, forget about sneaking past guards in a cardboard box, we're going full-on world of tanks now. So sure, Peace Walker's a little longer than its siblings, but what's an extra couple of hours when you're having fun managing a private army and driving tanks, right? Barely missing the gold medal for the longest Metal Gear Solid game is the one and only Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Clocking in at around 30 hours, this game doesn't shy away from a bit of indulgence. In Guns of the Patriots, we've got an old snake who's no longer a spring chicken. Now, I've got nothing against the elderly, but let's just say, Snake's got a few more creaks and aches than he used to. It's like watching Rocky Balboa getting back in the ring, except instead of boxing gloves, he's got a stealth suit. Now let me tell you about Act 3. You thought you signed up for a tactical espionage action game, but then Act 3 rolls around, and surprise, you're a private investigator. Your mission? Tail a resistance member around Eastern Europe. It's less James Bond, more Sherlock Holmes if he traded his detective cap for a set of binoculars, and a deep fascination for the back of a resistance member's head. And sure, MGS4 has its share of lengthy cutscenes. I mean, you might as well pop some popcorn and get comfy because you're basically watching a movie. But it's not just about exposition. These moments lend the game a cinematic quality that's both frustrating and captivating in equal measure. It's a slow burn, but it's the kind of burn that leaves a mark, a scar of a thrilling experience, woven together with careful precision. It's not without its rough edges, but then again, what's a diamond without a bit of a cut? So folks, at the top of our list, we have the epic Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, clocking in at a whopping 46 hours. That's not a game, folks. That's a part-time job. But let me tell you, it pays off. You're dropped into a massive open world free to sneak, sprint, or horseback, ride your way through enemy lines. Base building is back on the menu, and let me tell you, nothing makes you feel more like a big boss than seeing your very own military base come together. As for the story, well, it's got all the twists and turns of a mountain road, and it's not afraid to hit the gas. Now, some have critiqued the narrative, but honestly, I thought it was spot on. Plus, the twist ending, pure gold. Despite its gargantuan length, The Phantom Pain manages to keep you engaged and invested until the very end. It's like a good conversation that you never want to end, especially when the other person is a mind-bending, plot-twisting genius like Kojima. And let's face it, while The Phantom Pain might be a marathon, it's the kind of marathon that leaves you feeling satisfied and breathless in all the right ways. So there you have it, folks. We've traversed the path of mainline Metal Gear Solid games, from the briefest to the most time-consuming. So strap on your stealth suit, because there's a whole world of espionage out there to explore.